Hey students, welcome back to BBA Simplified by Dr. Vinky Sharma. Continuing with our marathon class, in today's session, we begin with Unit 4. Business Ethics is one of the most scoring and conceptual unit of Semester 1, I would say. In this unit on business ethics, we are going to focus on the moral principles, values, and ethical standards that guide the behavior of individuals and organizations in business settings. By the end of this session, you will clearly understand what ethics means in the business world and why it has become essential in modern organizations. So let's begin by understanding the meaning of business ethics. Business ethics refers to the moral principles and standards that guide businesses in deciding what is right and what is wrong. It ensures that organizations they conduct themselves fairly, responsibly, and transparently. So we can actually say that business ethics deals with what is right and wrong in the businesses, fairness in the decision making, accountability to the society, and honesty dealings with customers, employees, and its stakeholders. So in simple words, we understand that ethics ensures that business does not exploit its consumers, employees, or the environment and conduct all the activities responsibly. For example, a company that sells product with correct information, treats employees fairly, and avoids corrupt practices is following the ethical business behavior. The concept of business ethic means applying ethical principles to the business situations. Therefore, it helps organization decide what should be done, what is right, and what is fair. So there are some ethics that prevent the exploitation, protects consumers, and build the trust. So these business ethics they include values like integrity, honesty, fairness, responsibility, transparency, right? For example, if we talk about Tata Group, it is globally respected. Why? Because it follows strong ethical practices like honesty and social responsibility. So when we try and understand the concept of business ethics, we are actually talking about the applied principles, avoiding exploitations, building trust, and enhancing the reputation, along with ensuring the compliance with the laws and social norms. Coming on to the nature of business ethics, we say that business ethics has its own nature and its own characteristics. The first is the normative, which means that it tells us that what ought to be done, what is supposed to be done, what should be done. The second nature we say that it is dynamic, because ethical standards they keep on changing with the society, technology, and the global trends. Next one we say that it is universal. It says that ethical principles they apply to all the organizations, whether big or small organization. Then we say that the business ethics is human oriented, which means that ethics focus on human welfare, fairness, and dignity of their employees or the people. And lastly, long-term oriented. Ethical behaviors build long-term sustainability and a positive brand image. So in short, we can say that ethics are not fixed. They evolve and help business create long-term trust. Now the question comes that why there is a need for business ethics. Organizations definitely need ethics for several important reasons. First is to build the customer trust. If this trust is built, then the sustainability and survival of the organization is ensured. It is required to improve the employee morale in the organization, to avoid any legalities or legal issues that may arise because of non-ethical practices, to improve the brand image of the organization, because an organization that follows ethical practices is definitely the one who's able to build its own brand image. Then ensure long-term sustainability. So a great example is the Tata Group, which has maintained a strong reputation for over 150 years because of its ethical conduct and the social responsibility. Therefore, we understand that ethics help businesses avoid these scandals like frauds, misleading advertising, or maybe some unfair labor practices. Then we talk about various components of business ethics. The main components of the business ethics include corporate values, corporate policies or the guidelines, the compliances with the law, corporate governance, fair treatment to the stakeholders, and environmental responsibility. These components ensure that the company operates within the legal boundaries and it maintains the fairness and transparency in all its activities. For example, companies now include environmental sustainability policies to reduce waste and pollution, which shows their commitment to the ethical responsibilities. Now we talk about the evolving ethical values or the evolution of ethical values. These ethical values in business, they did not develop overnight. They have evolved gradually over time due to changes in society, technology, consumer awareness, and legal systems. In the early days, businesses was mainly profit driven with very little focus on the ethics. But with industrialization, globalization, and the rise of consumer rights, organizations have realized the importance of the fair wages, product safety, honest communication, environmental protection, and social responsibility. So, today, ethical values are considered essential for sustainable business growth. Modern companies, they have adopted the code of conduct and corporate governance practices to ensure their responsible behavior. Also, it has been observed that these ethics, they keep on evolving due to the changes in the environment, like digital transformation that we see today, due to globalization, social media transparency, the consumer rights awareness, which was not seen earlier, environmental sustainability awareness among the organizations, the corporate scandals that had happened. So these modern values basically and majorly focuses on the sustainability, inclusivity, and data privacy. So now we'll talk about some of the examples of evolving ethical issues. The first one is the data privacy. I am sure that you all would understand that Facebook and WhatsApp, they keep on telling you that all the messages that are transferred from sender to the receiver are fully encrypted, which means that you have complete data privacy of whatever you are sharing. Even WhatsApp does not know that what you are chatting. This is what they claim. Next is environmental responsibility. For example, I'm sure you must have heard that plastic ban. So this is nothing but a responsibility towards protecting our environment, ESGs. Then next is workplace equality. We do talk about gender equality sensitization workshops are held, diversity is being taken care while at the time of recruitments and selections. So these workplace equalities also contribute majorly towards these ethical issues. And finally, the corporate transparency. Whatever the policies are made, whatever the rules and regulations and the laws that are need to be abided, they all are accepted, and corporates are required to maintain complete transparency on the policies and procedures that they are following. Next, we move on to arguments against these business ethics. Some critics believe that ethics can limit to a firm's profitability only. And there are very few common arguments that made against business ethics. So they criticize on the basis of ethics reduce profit. which means that there are, if they will follow the ethical guidelines, they may increase the cost, such as ensuring quality materials or complying with environmental standards, and for which they will have to reduce their profit. The next one is business exists only to earn money, right? Which means that they are only following those ethics which are leading to earn them the money. Then the next one is ethics slow down the decision making process. So if ethical reviews are to be made and compliances are required to be accepted and to be followed, then there is lot of time requirement and there is lot of paperwork requirement. So therefore it will slow down the decision making process. Then they say ethical practices require costly resources. So if these ethical reviews and compliances are to be followed, it will involve lots of cost. And next is competitive market encourage shortcuts. So with these arguments, we actually say that, however, these arguments are based on short-term thinking, yet ethical companies, they perform better in the long run. They provide practical, there are some practical examples of a bribery, tax, evasions, and misleading ads. While some people argue that ethics can reduce profits or slow down decision making, the reality is completely opposite. Ethics are not burden, they are a long-term investment that strengthens the business. So let's look at why ethics are absolutely necessary for any modern organization. The first one we say is that ethical companies, they gain long-term profits, right? So ethical companies, they tend to perform better in the long run. Why? Because customers trust them, investors support them, and employees stay loyal to them. Profits may not shoot up instantly, but they become stable and sustainable over a period of time. Then next is attract better employees. Of course, talented professionals today, they prefer working with organizations that have strong ethical values. A company known for its transparency, fairness, and respect, they automatically attract the high quality employees. Even if I talk about you, would you like to join a company that follows ethical practices? Of course, yes. Next is avoid legal penalties. When a company follows ethics, it also automatically complies with laws and regulations. This helps avoid penalties, lawsuits, fines, and reputational damages. So an ethical company, it reduces the risks and also it saves huge costs that might otherwise arise from unethical behavior. Then we say is the gain public trust. In the age of social media and high consumer awareness, trust is everything. Customers, they only support brands that they find honest, transparent, and responsible. So therefore we now understand that ethical behavior builds the public confidence, which results in repeated customers and positive words of mouth. And finally, we say that it helps in building the strong brand loyalty. So any company that is ethical would create an emotional connect with the customers. People would stay loyal to the brands, that they treat them fairly, they provide genuine products, and also they act responsible towards the society. So this loyalty help a business to survive through tough competition and the economic challenges. So fine, overall we can say that ethics are not just a moral obligation, they are a strategic advantage. Any company that is following ethical values would definitely grow stronger, would last longer, and earn respect from the employees, customers, and society. Now let's understand what is corporate excellence. Corporate excellence is equals to outstanding performance plus ethical leadership. So when we talk about corporate excellence, we are actually referring to a company that performs exceptionally well, not just in profit but in innovation, employee satisfaction, customer service, and the overall reputation. However, true excellence is incomplete without ethical leadership. So, ethical leadership also ensures that business success is achieved, and that too responsibly, fairly, and sustainably. So, corporate excellence is a combination of outstanding performance, strong ethical values with the guiding decisions, and leadership that inspires the trust and integrity. So, companies like Tata, Infosys, Mahindra, they all are perfect examples for excellence rooted in ethics. These ethics help companies to increase their productivity, improve culture, build customer trust, strengthen brand values, and gain competitive advantage. So, how this productivity is increased? When the employees feel that their organization is fair and transparent and ethical, they definitely work with higher motivation. So, the productivity improves. Culture, of course, a company with ethical value, it develops a positive corporate culture. People feel respected and they become more collaborative. It helps in building the customer trust, because customer trust only those companies that are honest, transparent, and responsible. So when people believe that a brand will deliver with its promises, they definitely continue choosing over its competitor. Then it strengthens the brand value. Again, ethical behavior enhances any company's brand image. So brands that are known for fairness and responsibility, like Tata or Apple, they enjoy higher goodwill in the market. And finally, when we talk about gain competitive advantage, of course, that in today's competitive environment, ethics itself become a differentiator. So an ethical company attracts better employees, loyal customers, and supporting investors. So overall, ethics are not separate from the corporate excellence. They are the foundation of excellence itself. Now we look at the relationship between ethics and corporate excellence. We say that there is a very strong relationship between ethics and corporate excellence, because corporate excellence means achieving superior performance, reputation, and long-term success. And ethical behavior, that also contributes to the corporate excellence by building customer loyalty, improving brand image, attracting better talent, reducing legal risk, increasing investors' confidence. So companies like Infosys, Tata, or Mahindra, they are successful not just because of the profit, but because of their ethical culture. So we say that ethics creates trust and trust leads to excellence. Let's understand what is corporate mission and vision. A corporate mission is the purpose or reason for which the company actually exists. And ethics plays an important role in shaping this mission. The ethics of any company, they are reflected in the mission statements, vision statements, and value statements. A company's mission statement often includes commitment to the customers, respect for employees, concern for the society, integrity in the business dealings. So when a company aligns its mission with the ethical values, it creates a clear direction for employees and also builds trust with the stakeholders. For example, if we talk about Google's mission, it includes doing the right thing as a core belief. So we've understood that mission actually guides what business does, whereas vision guides where the business is going, and values guide how business behaves in a particular situation. Code of ethics, it is a formal document that outlines what is considered acceptable and unacceptable. We are here talking about all the acceptable and unacceptable behaviors within an organization. A good code of conduct or code of ethics includes honesty in communication, honesty in reporting, no discrimination or harassment or anti-harassment rules, confidentiality, transparency in financial dealings, commitment to customer welfare, and zero tolerance for corruption. This code guides employees in making ethical decisions and also to promote a culture of integrity. We have seen many companies who provide ethics training and they require employees to follow those guidelines very strictly. Let's understand what are the benefits of code of ethics. Code of ethics helps in reducing the unethical behavior among the employees because they are given the training and they are told to follow those ethics very strictly. So the unethical behavior is reduced. It provides clarity to the employees that what is the value system. Their things are very transparent and employees are clear on why they are here and what they are here for. Then is it builds consistent culture. Once the culture is built, then it provides it look forward for a long term consistency, leading to the sustainability of an organization. It also helps in legal compliances because any organization that is following the code of ethics is definitely doing it under the umbrella of all the legal compliances. Then it helps in protecting the company's reputation. When the employee sees ethical behavior practiced at the top management, then they naturally follow it, and it finally helps in protecting the company's reputation both inside the organization as well as outside the organization. Now let's understand what is corporate culture and ethics. Corporate culture refers to shared values, beliefs, and behavior within an organization. Here, ethics become effective only when it is supported by a strong corporate culture. So, we see that a positive ethical culture generally includes open communication, fairness in promotions, equal opportunities, respect for diversity, strict action against any unethical behavior, leadership commitments, transparent communications, fair HR policies, the social responsibilities and accountability mechanism. So when employees see that there is an ethical behavior that is practiced by their leaders, then of course the employees also practice the same. Therefore, leaders here play a major role in creating an ethical corporate culture. For example, Google, it promotes open culture and innovation. We'll now talk about Indian ethical values. These Indian ethical values, they have a long and rich history rooted in the philosophy, spirituality and the cultural traditions. Some of the key Indian ethical principles include dharma, which is duty and righteousness; satya, that is truthfulness; ahimsa, non-violence; seva, service to others; integrity and simplicity; and respect for elders and community welfare. Indian corporations often include social responsibility, spiritual values, community well-being or work as service, which is a part of seva. Many Indian businesses such as Tata Group, they follow these ethics in decision making. Indian ethics promote harmony, honesty and social responsibility. So these values are highly relevant in modern business. Here in this slide, let's talk about some of the examples of the Indian organization. When we talk about Tata Trust, they are into charity and social development. Amul, it is actually a cooperative model that empowers all the farmers. Infosys, it is following the ethical governance and transparency. Similarly, Dabur or Ayush, they are into natural and traditional. They are into natural productions and they follow traditional value systems. Having understood all this, let's quickly summarize whatever we have learned in today's session. We have understood the meaning and nature of ethics. We have seen that how these ethical values have evolved from traditional to the modern organizations. We had then also checked about arguments against the ethics and the arguments that says that ethics are not only for profit making. We've learned that what is corporate mission, vision and code, what is a corporate culture and how Indian ethics and values are being performed in one of the most important Indian companies. These are the important exam questions that have been seen in the last years, like define business ethics, explain nature and features, discuss evolving ethical values in modern business, why do some business argue against ethics, explain relationship between ethics and corporate excellence. This is one of the most important questions. What is code of ethics? Explain its importance, and finally discuss Indian ethical values in business. I hope everything told in this session is clear to all of you. Thank you so much for learning with BBA Simplified by Dr. Vinky Sharma. In the next unit, we will be finishing this subject on business organization and ethics and covering unit 5 of business and society. Do like, share and subscribe for more marathon classes. Thank you so much for watching.